Hello everyone, in this video I'll be going over how to add custom post-processing effects to your 2D games in Godot. This will allow you to apply visual effects like grayscaling, CRT filters, and pretty much whatever you want. All the starting files are in the description below, which include these two shader files, our scene file, and of course, as always, our little friend Godot. The Godot robot, I don't know what he's actually called. Let's get started. The easiest way to apply a custom post-processing effect in Godot is by using Godot's built-in ability to read from the screen texture. To do this, we'll create a new CanvasLayer node, say CanvasLayer, and within that CanvasLayer node, we'll create a new ColorRect node, say ColorRect. Then for that ColorRect, make sure that it's anchored to the full size of the screen. Then on the ColorRect, go and hit Material. For the material, click on Empty, Shader Material, then click on the shader material to expand that. Then for the shader, we're going to click on the little folder icon and we'll apply our grayscale shader. And now we can see our little Godot guy is all grayed out. Awesome. If we open up our grayscale shader and see what it does, I'm not going to go too in depth on this since this is not a video on how to make shaders. But basically the main part that is applicable to our video here is where we load the screen texture by defining a variable that's called uniform sampler 2D. And then we load the screen texture in with this hint screen texture. And then we just apply a couple of the properties like not tiling the texture and then making sure we have pixel perfect precision. Then in the actual shader itself, we load the color from the screen texture, then apply a little grayscale formula, then assign it back to the actual color value. And voila. We can also do multiple post-processing effects on top of one another by stacking multiple canvas layer items. Say, for example, I want to apply a CRT filter after I did my grayscaling effect. I'll just go here, add another canvas layer node, canvas layer, same thing again, now add a ColorRect. Then for the ColorRect, material, shader material, load, and load our CRT shader. And make sure for this ColorRect, again, we have it anchored to take up the whole screen. And there we have it. We can see both of our effects being applied to our little Godot guy. And when we run our scene, we'll see it being rendered in the actual game itself. Awesome. Shaders are pretty cool, and I've been starting to get into them more myself. But if you don't want to write your own, or you're just starting out, you can check out Godot Shaders, which contains a bunch of cool shaders people have already written that you can use. I actually pulled the CRT shader right from that website. One last thing I want to mention, new in Godot 4, another way you can write post-processing shaders is by using something called Compositor effects. This is pretty advanced stuff, but essentially they allow you to insert custom logic into Godot's rendering pipeline at various stages. Ace Rolo gave a really good introduction to this during GodotCon this year, so I'll leave a link to that video if you want to learn more. Compositor effects are super powerful, but of course with great power comes great responsibility. So make sure you know what you're doing with your fancy graphics programming before using them. Compositor effects are personally something I might start looking into more soon, and if I learn enough, maybe I'll make some videos on it. Thank you all so much for watching, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.